Hello, I am nmariusp and this is the review of the year 2024 of my activity. So I have a YouTube channel with the expected address, so youtube.com/@nmariusp. I've started contributing to the KDE community in April 2022. I'm a senior C++ developer with more than 20 years of experience. And this allows me to contribute to the KDE community to help people who want to start programming for the KDE community. I also work in software development, so I know that software requires a ton of manual testing and proofreading the product manuals and web pages in order for the software products to have a comprehensive, good quality. And this also allows me to see the KDE projects from the exterior with a fresh pair of eyes. I have the eagle eye view on the project. I see it as a possible new user. I see if the product manual is not that great, if the product doesn't work perfectly, if the color scheme are wrong, if the software product doesn't work correctly on a different operating system than the core developers would use, such as maybe the software works great in KDE Plasma 6 but doesn't work that great in Fedora Workstation 41, the latest version, which uses GNOME Shell. Let's look at my activity on the YouTube channel. So the YouTube channel started around that time, 2022. I have almost 300 videos, almost 2,000 subscribers. I have had the first live YouTube stream this year, 2024. My videos, some of my videos are related to the KDE community, others are not. Most of my videos are in the format of type long tutorial, in the sense that I do not do very short tutorial videos which present a small part of a topic and then the video is named part 4 out of 27. I try to be as thorough as possible about a topic, say all that I know about a topic. For instance, on the topic of GDB, how to start using the GNU debugger, or on the topic of how to run various versions of the operating system QNX, or on the topic of FreeBSD Podman, which is an alternative to Linux Docker. These are my videos in descending order by time. This one is related to the KDE community, Doxygen with Qt Creator, KDE Builder on FreeBSD 14 is related to the KDE community. How to install FreeBSD is related to the KDE community because it's a prerequisite of actually using KDE Builder and building KDE software on FreeBSD. You're probably not going to use FreeBSD on a real hardware, so if your main operating system on your host computer or laptop is Linux, then you're probably using QEMU KVM and you're probably using Virt Manager, and this is how you would create a FreeBSD virtual machine that uses Plasma, KDE Plasma 5. KDE Plasma 6 is not there yet on FreeBSD, but KDE Plasma 5 it is. And once you have a virtual machine with FreeBSD and KDE Plasma 5, then the next step for you, if you want to contribute to KDE community as a programmer in order to fix FreeBSD issues, in order to see if the KDE software works correctly on FreeBSD, you would want to build KDE software from the Git master branch and run it on FreeBSD. So this would be the step: how to set up KDE Builder, which is the build framework that the KDE community uses in order to build software from KDE master Git master branch. This is Ubuntu, not Kubuntu, and this is about Tiger VNC. So not related to the KDE community, but Linux specific. I have some of the tutorials Linux specific, some of them are not, are other operating systems. Some of them are Windows specific. This one with assembler is Linux specific. This is KDE specific, the season of KDE 2024. That's going to start in a couple of days. Ninefront, a different operating system. Novel Network, a different operating system. Qt Creator, this is KDE specific. KDE and C-Line, KDE specific. IBM OS2, not. Linux, a different operating system. Fedora 41. I have a number of views on non-long tail tutorials for the Linux distributions. So people request that I create a YouTube long-form tutorial on how to enable multimedia codecs. So that's video encoders and decoders, audio encoders and decoders on the version of Fedora that is released. So once Fedora 41 is released, I'm creating a screen recording like this: Fedora 41 multimedia codecs RPM Fusion. Once the KDE community has switched from KDE src-build to KDE Builder, I have created videos on how to install KDE Builder on the 4 better supported Linux operating systems for KDE Builder. And that's the rolling releases: Arch Linux, Fedora KDE, and OpenSUSE Tumbleweed. And on the KDE operating system, which is KDE Neon. A new operating system, a second operating system, is being created by the KDE community. The first one being KDE Neon. The second one is the former Banana project, which is now named KDE Linux. I did a quick overview on how the project looks like for now. Also popular are my YouTube videos about Ubuntu 24.04, important, again, non-long tail tutorials on things that people usually do on Ubuntu 24.04. So dual booting with Windows 11 is a common scenario. Enabling Hibernate is a common scenario. Installing RDP, the Remote Desktop Protocol server XRDP, is a common scenario. Installing Tiger VNC server is also a common scenario. Okay, then on the topic of other operating systems, I have tried to install in KVM, QEMU, Virt Manager, all of the operating systems, which are again not that long tail, that I could. Some of the operating systems cannot be installed correctly on on Virt Manager because of the PS2 mouse emulation. That's not great. And some operating systems don't yet have the USB tablet support. So I have how to create a Windows 8.1 virtual machine. From time to time, I test various games in Wine. This is a promising promising open source project, Ladybird web browser. I have tutorials on how to start programming, like this one for numeric bases 2, 8, and 16. I have hardware reviews. This is a KD tutorial. There's a website with KD tutorials, which is developer.kd.org. And I have followed some of these tutorials, and then I have created a YouTube video with me following the tutorial. Another operating system, Haiku. I have some side-by-side YouTube videos like this one, Qt Creator versus C-Line, which are different C++ integrated development environments. The betas of Ubuntu 24.10 and Fedora 41, the default versions, which is the GNOME versions, so not the KDE Spin or Kubuntu. And whenever I find interesting tutorials online that might benefit if I know them, I'm following those tutorials and I'm creating a YouTube screen recording. I usually go more in depth, and in my YouTube videos, I do not skip any steps. So if you want to follow one of my YouTube videos, which again are of type long tutorials of everything that I know about the topic, I'm not going to skip anything. I'm going to click on all of the buttons. You're going to see everything. There's no secrets in my YouTube videos. I don't skip any of the steps. Total Commander versus KD Crusader. I use orthodox twin pane file managers on all of the operating systems that I have ever used, being all of the Windows versions, Linux. I have always used KD Plasma or KD Desktop on Linux. At the SSH terminal, I'm using Midnight Commander. A very long time ago in Microsoft DOS, I used Norton Commander NC. All of these are orthodox twin pane file managers. Oracle Solaris, another operating system. Besides using KDSRC-build in order to build KD software from source, there's a second build framework from the KD community, which is called KD Craft. This build framework is usually not building software from KD Git master branch, but it's building software, KD software, from KD source release tarballs. And it's the KD Craft is the preferred way of building KD software on non-Linux operating systems, non-FreeBSD operating systems. So on Windows, Android, and Mac OS. So I have KD Craft on Windows, KD Craft on Mac OS. I don't have any Mac OS hardware, so I try to use Mac OS in a virtual machine. Often that thing does not work. Sometimes it does work. When it does work, I create a YouTube screen recording on how I managed to install Mac OS on QEMU on my Linux operating system, which is almost always Kubuntu. Open Indiana, another operating system, a successor of Open Solaris. Open Solaris was a very highly regarded operating system at the moment that it became open source. It was a direct competitor to Linux. It was the case that people were thinking, what if the Linux operating system would just vanish? What would we use instead? We would not go to Windows or to Mac OS, to the proprietary operating systems, right? To which operating system would we go to? Some were heading towards FreeBSD, some were heading towards Open Solaris. Nowadays, because Sun Microsystems was sold to Oracle, Oracle doesn't invest that much in Solaris, doesn't want Solaris to be an open source operating system, is not that interested into having the latest version of open source software running on Solaris or Open Solaris. Open Indiana is doing what it can. OmniOS, another operating system in the family Open Indiana. In the Solaris, Open Solaris family. Blazor, this is a website technology from Microsoft. I installed various operating systems such as Alpine Linux, and in order to see if KDE Plasma 5 works correctly, in order to see if I can install it in a virtual machine QEMU Virt Manager, in order to see if KDE Plasma 6 works correctly, and in order to see if KDE src-build or KDE Builder, the build framework from KDE, works correctly on that operating system. If there's some easy to fix, low-hanging fruit bug on that operating system related to KDE Builder, then I will probably try to fix that issue. I have never created a bug in KDE Bugzilla since I started programming for KDE 2.5 years ago. I always find bugs, look at them, see if I can fix it within less than 2 hours. If I can, then I'm going to create a KDE merge request. If I cannot fix it, then that's it. I'm not going to report an issue and have it just stay in the KDE Bugzilla, and maybe nobody will act on it. I'm doing extremely small merge requests. Hopefully they get merged. This is KDE Craft, the build framework on macOS. I have tried various integrated development environments and see how they can be used for programming for KDE. I have even tried the Eclipse CDT. 20 years ago, the integrated development environments that people went to, which were open source, were Eclipse CDT and NetBeans, the C++ tooling for NetBeans, and KDevelop. In the meantime, everything has changed because Qt Creator came along, which is, in my opinion, the best C++ integrated development environment for the KDE community and for Qt framework. Also, it supports QML. There's also a newcomer, which is the JetBrains C-Line, the C++ integrated development environment. And then also, to everybody's surprise, the Microsoft, the biggest software vendor, the biggest proprietary software vendor, created the open source integrated development environment Chromium, VS Codium, VS Code, which is used by and preferred by many of the developers that are using Linux for their day job. So that would be programmers that are creating websites or are doing DevOps, AWS, Docker things. These three C++, Linux integrated development environments are also the better supported for programming for KDE. So Qt Creator, CLion, Visual Studio Code, and we still have support for Kdevelop, and people will bring their own text editor, not really an integrated development environment, with the help of CLangD and the tooling for integrating with text editors, the debug protocol, and the language protocol, which were created specifically for Visual Studio Code. But now there's language protocol servers and debug adapter protocol servers for most programming languages, which are then supported by most text editors, such as KDE's Kate or Vim, GNU Emacs, etc. Windows development, MS Access, Blazor. I needed to run Microsoft Word in Linux, and using Wine did not really work for me. I tried. I ended up creating a Windows 11 virtual machine. I'm connecting to that virtual machine using the Remote Desktop Protocol, RDP, which means that I can resize the virtual machine window any way I want. I usually kept it using the left half of my screen. And on the right half of my screen, I had the Linux machine, the host machine, with the rest of the tools, but with web browsers, etc. I have screen recordings on how to start programming for the KDE community. I have at least 3 of them, which guide you step by step on how you want to start programming for KDE. I'm following the official procedure. Okay, so that would be the year 2024 for my YouTube channel. I gained around 900 new subscribers. As part of my contribution to the KDE community, because I have started programming for KDE, I needed to see how to start programming for KDE. I needed to learn how to start programming for KDE. I still am not finished yet because I don't know the KDE framework well enough. I don't know the KDE frameworks well enough. I don't know all of the KDE Git repositories that support Qt 6 and our desktop applications. So I'm continuously learning on how to actually start programming for the KDE community, which prompted me to improve the procedure on how to start programming for KDE. Once I understood what the procedure is about, I try to improve the procedure. The procedure starts with this KDE wiki page. So get involved development, which says that you should have programmed before. We can't really help people. I certainly cannot help people learn how to program if if the person did not program at all before. Then that's it. I cannot help. In my opinion, learning to program takes around 4 years of intense work. For instance, in the high school, programming high school, if you're really paying attention to what the teachers say, if you're doing all of your homework, if you're touching the computer more than 1 hour per day. Okay, then we're going to use the KDE Builder build framework when we're starting programming for KDE, because we want to write to the KDE Git repositories to the master branch. So in order to write there, you will need to create a GitLab merge request, because the KDE community is using an on-premises GitLab installation. And that requires that you are able to build hundreds of KDE Git repositories from the Git master branch in order to see if your source code change doesn't introduce any regression, it works, if you can build your software, because you're probably going to contribute to a KDE graphical user interface application, and those applications depend on KDE frameworks. For instance, the KDE application KCalc, which is the desktop calculator, depends on more than 20 KDE Git repositories which are of type KDE framework version 6. So in order to build KCalc from the KDE Git master branch, you will also need to build all of these KDE frameworks from the Git master branch. You cannot really do it when you're starting as a KDE developer without using the KDE Builder build framework, without running this in a Linux operating system with KDE Plasma installed. So for this, we have the requirement that you install either on hardware machine or in a virtual machine, one of the better supported Linux operating systems, Arch Linux, OpenSUSE Tumbleweed, KDE Neon, or Fedora KDE. Once you have that, you're going to install the KDE Builder, you're going to build software, and then you're going to use GitLab in order to write to the KDE Git repositories. You're going to do a very small Git commit on your computer, which fixes the issue. You're going to follow the guidelines on how to have the Git commit be really small and not contain unrelated changes such as gratuitous source code formatting. Then you're going to follow the requirements on how the Git merge message on the Git message should look like, Git commit message. Then you will need to have online KDE accounts for KDE Invent, for the Git forge that we're using, which is invent.kde.org, for the KDE metrics channels, for KDE mailing lists, for the KDE issue tracker, which is Bugzilla. And then you're going to create from your very small focused Git commit that fixes an issue, a small merge request that contains only that Git commit, and propose it to be merged via invent.kde.org via the GitLab instance by following this procedure. I certainly recommend that if you're programming in the C++ programming language or in QML, that you install an integrated development environment. I recommend Qt Creator. I recommend that you give it all your best to follow the procedure on how to set up Qt Creator. Make sure that Qt Creator works correctly for you, so it's not going to be easy to set it up. You should follow the procedure, but you should give it your best. You should really try to make sure everything works correctly in Qt Creator. And then you should use Qt Creator, in my opinion, for at least 80 hours. After that, you will be able to decide if you want to continue using Qt Creator or if you want to switch to other integrated development environment, for instance, Visual Studio Code or CLion, or you want to stop using any advanced integration. You want to just use a plain text editor with a language server protocol or with just plain KDE builder. You could have a terminal using half of your screen where you do things from the command line. So that would be KDE builder invocations, which will do Git operations, will configure software, will build software, will install software. In there you can see build warnings, build errors. You can run tests to make sure that your changes to the source code don't introduce any regressions. You can run software that you have built. And then from the other half of your screen, you could use your preferred text editor without having the opportunity of, I don't know, navigating to the definition of a method or other advanced, debugger integration, other advanced features. While I have edited, proofread the wiki pages, I have also edited and proofread some of the resources for people who want to start programming for KDE, which are not part of the wiki. For instance, develop.kde.org contains many of the parts of the procedure on how to start programming for KDE, and develop.kde.org is not the wiki. The wiki is community.kde.org. Let's see some of my edits. The KDE community has 3 different wikis. I have edits on all of the wikis. I have also edited other wikis, such as Wikipedia, related to KDE software. You can see in here that I have created the account in April 2022. I have also my own user personal part of the KDE wiki page under /user:/nmariusp. I have edited often neglected wiki pages related to technologies which contributing to KDE as a developer, such as GDB, the GNU debugger, Qt Creator, Docker, documentation, Doxygen, etc. How to learn in order to be a better programmer. Gamma Ray, which is the must-have tool for inspecting graphical user interface applications that use the Qt framework, including the KDE applications, at runtime. While the KDE application is running, such as KCalc, the desktop application, you can connect to it using the Gamma Ray, which is another graphical user interface application, and inspect it at runtime. You can change colors and at runtime. You can see why controls are overlapped. You can click on buttons. You can see what happens if you click on buttons. The Qt signals and slots, the way they are connected, the way they are triggered. At runtime, while a Qt application is running, there's rich information inside of that running application based on the Qt meta object metadata. You can see properties that are getting set. You can see observer patterns. A ton of life is inside of a running Qt application. You can see how many Qt style objects exist. You can see when objects are created, you can list the names of objects, the names of graphical user interface controls, the properties of the graphical user interface controls. You can change some of these properties, etc. So a must-have tool is this inspector gamma ray. I have many contributions. When I see something wrong or something that can be improved or a spelling mistake or something similar in a wiki page, I probably am going to fix it right there. If I see a problem in the source code or in an application, I'm going to probably try to fix it right there and do a git commit and a git merge request. Okay, and then again, I'm programming for the KD, but I'm also doing other connects things to the KD graphical user interface application software. I'm looking from the exterior at the collection of KD graphical user interface applications. I'm not working on only one application. I'm working on all of them, making sure that easy, low-hanging fruit bugs are fixed. If I see some easy to fix issue, I'm going to probably do it. But my major limitation in here is that I want to not stop programming for the KD community too. So I want to keep programming for the KD community for the years to come. And I want to also program for the KD community each and every week. So I'm trying not to skip any week. And the only way that I know how to do that without neglecting the other aspects of my life is to keep the number of hours that I contribute to the KD community per week very limited. So my aim here is to work just 2 hours per week. And during these 2 hours, I'm going to do at least 2 merge requests, but probably also 4 merge requests and some other activity. So I'm going to suggest things to people in metrics or via mailing lists. I'm going to bring attention to important issues, I know, top call generators in the KD community to other people. I'm going to, again, edit documentation, wiki pages, etc. Let's see if my activity looks okay. Where are the colors? Yeah, so this is what I want to see. I want to see activity each and every week, and the color should be light blue, not dark blue. These are the list of this is the list of the GitLab merge requests that I have proposed. Some of them are still open. I will merge them myself because I can, because I am a KD developer after a week. I have some issues which were not accepted, and that's totally not a problem because they were the issue was probably fixed before my merge request was seen by somebody else for a review, or the issue that I have found was fixed in a better way than the solution I have found. So the fact that my issues are being closed is great. Most of them I have actually closed myself. It's better to have issues. It's better to have merge requests have some finality, have some decision either they're merged or closed, then for my merge request to stay open for years. And again, I have become a KD developer with the capability of merging merge requests in order for me to not have merge requests that are still open after more than a month. So I'm going through the oldest merge requests that are still open. So I have 20, and I'll see if these are still valid, if I should merge them myself or if I should just close them. When I close a merge request, I close it like this. I say whatever changes I did in this merge request, everyone has full copyright on them. Maybe after a number of years, there's a good idea or a good line of code in one of the merge requests that I have created and is closed. And with this disclaimer, anybody can take that line and create a better git commit, a better git merge request. The fact that I close a merge request doesn't mean that the source code dies, because I grant everyone every right on my source code changes. Okay, and that concludes. This is my year 2024 with my contributions to the KD community and via the YouTube channel, also my contributions to other open source projects and to myself, because I have YouTube screen recordings of a topic, an in-depth screen recording that captures everything that I know about a topic, but I might forget half of the things that I knew at that point, and I can always rewatch the screen recording to freshen up my my knowledge on that subject after a while. Thank you.